Welcome to Wellness Quarters, where wellness lives. My name is Gayle Nowak. I'm your host, Wellness for All expert leader, and communications and emotional wellness coach. The Wellness Universe is thrilled to bring you this inspiring interview series with our members as part of our Wellness for All program. We bring experiences like this to you because we believe happy, healthy, and healed humans lead to peace globally. Join us here on the second Tuesday of each month at 5 p.m. Eastern Time and the fourth Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for a 15-minute session filled with insightful interviews and practical wellness tips from top professionals in the wellness universe. Whether you're seeking inspiration or actionable advice to enhance your well-being, Wellness Quarters is your go-to destination for support on your journey to a healthier, happier life. This pay what you can donation-based program is supported by generous viewers like you. If you'd like to donate, you can do that now, after we're done, or anytime in the future using the link in the chat. And a special thanks to everyone who's already donated. And if you'd like to reach out to me about the show, I'll drop my contact details in the chat as well. And I'm going to do that right now. And at the end of the show, you'll see a pop-up to leave a rating and review. We're grateful for yours as it helps Wellness Quarters reach more people seeking tools and practices to optimize their well-being. Today, we're speaking with Jean Voigt-Dart about transforming trauma through expressive arts. Jean is a certified expressive arts therapist, seasoned teacher, and transformational coach with nearly 5 decades of experience. Through the power of movement, music, visual art, and storytelling, she helps individuals uncover and embrace buried emotions, guiding them to feel, reveal, and heal. Jean's work empowers people to access their inner wisdom, process trauma, and reconnect with the beauty and truth found in everyday life. Welcome, Jean.
Hello, here I come. Let's see here. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, we're so happy to have you. I'm really excited to talk about expressive arts. We were talking about it a little bit in the green room before the show. And before we dive into that, why don't you start with sharing a little bit about how you came to this work with expressive arts and trauma healing?
I would love to share that. Yeah, I just felt so blessed because my family loved creativity. My mother, my grandmother, and my sisters, all of us, we really did a lot of creative play. We were encouraged with puppetry and craft making. My grandmother was a glass blower and she painted china and she made our clothes. My mother made our clothes, and we participated in that. And so that was just really a happy memory for me and a foundation for that.
Beautiful. Yeah. For those who may be new to this approach, can you share a little bit about what expressive arts is and how does that support emotional healing in ways that maybe traditional talk therapy might not?
Yes. Well, some of us don't fit the mold of the traditional orthodox therapies and treatments. And many of us, I was one, misdiagnosed, or we're just not responding to traditional treatments. And this is a safe, research-based approach. There's lots of research out there showing that the creative arts are effective. Why? Because it's just a natural part of us. We look at our children, and I know you have children, and we see shortly after they're born, they're expressing themselves in this natural way. They're running around and dancing as soon as the music comes on, even though nobody's taught them how to dance at 2 years old. They just start doing it, and or they're just scribbling all over and making things, or they're imagining with their imaginations, interpreting what they see and becoming the bird or the animal through dramatic play. It's just a natural way that we've had since birth. And when we go back to that, and that's what I teach people to do, is just to return to that playful state, we're able to release some of these blocked emotions and feelings that we have. And it's particularly effective with people with grief, trauma, and chronic pain. And I work with those areas.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Interesting. Chronic pain. I wouldn't have necessarily thought of that. And I'm curious, why is this such a powerful way to sort of access those the physical pain or even like unprocessed grief or trauma?
Did you say why is it a pathway? I've missed a
Why
word.
why is it so powerful?
Powerful. Yeah, I think it's powerful and safe. A lot of the other treatments are not safe. It could have side effects and things. It's powerful um, because we're just allowing ourselves to feel. We're just maybe we don't have to know what's happening. The
Mm,
body doesn't get in the way and say, "Oh, well, this is happening, so I need to do this." We just let go, maybe even close our eyes, just kind of go into another higher realm, kind of an up leveling. Um, and it goes beyond the mental plane, it goes beyond words, the minds, it goes to a different place. And we just access that and let go, and we discover things through that. A lot of times, the people I work with, whether we're doing creative writing or we're doing movement or we're playing with clay and batting it out or doing something, we'll do something and then I'll say, okay, look at it. What do you see? What do you feel? And so it
mm,
happens after the process. And it's the process that's healing, and then afterwards receiving some insight. So
yeah, beautiful. It reminds me a little bit. I mean, I know this is different, but it reminds me a little bit of that state that sometimes we get in when we're driving or we're in the shower, and it just sort of bypasses the analytical mind.
yeah, I really see the spiritual side of it as well. I cannot deny that for some of your viewers who understand that there is that other dimension, and it's very accessible through the expressive arts, you know.
Mm,
And expressive arts are everywhere. I mean, what happens when we feel sad and we put on some music and all of a sudden we feel happy, or we flip on the television, that's expressive arts, or all these, holiday times, all the decorations, and all of a sudden we feel happy. So um, our clothing that we're wearing, I have a person in my group, we're creating a book together, Expressive Arts, and she's a designer, a dress designer, and she says, wear your prescription. And so she helps people tune into what colors make them happy and what types of clothing makes them happy. That's part of the expressive arts. So
wow.
it's everywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it is. So, can you share a practice or a quick creative experience that can help us, open up our minds and hearts, and something that maybe we could do to support our well-being?
yeah, sure. Um, well, I'll just share a couple of examples. I like to look at everyday practice, just things around us, because we get so involved with on the phone or computer or things like that. And that's okay. I support that. Filmmaking, other things. I love the digital arts too. But it's so great to know how to do this with what's around you, what is around me. And so I woke up this morning and I'm just thinking about my father all of a sudden. And what I remembered was his hand. His hands were so smooth, just like silk. And just that feeling of silk on his hands for a man, when I would hold his hand. And so, what we want to do is maybe think of a happy memory, wherever it is. So I'm thinking about that, and like I had this silk scarf. Um, and so when I'm feeling it, it just really brings back that love. You know, it, So you're going to involve all the senses and smell and sight and sound. Anyone that can move around with it and flow with it and hold it. And he's been gone quite a while, but just that feeling of that, So we use that. We use sound. We can do a sound story. And you could think of, I'll do one real quick right now. So you can just think of some things that make you happy. For me, for example, maybe some of the viewers here can write down 3 things that make you happy. So I would think of the comfort of a fire, a roaring fire, because I remember my family gathering around that in the home fireplace, and my grandmother, and animals, my dog. So I could create a sound story because we are sound and light and movement. We are embodying that all the time, sound and light movement. And that's what the arts are. So for a sound story, I just look around what's around me right now. So I was drinking some tea. I've got some wrapping of something at the package that came here. So I would do a sound story and be thinking, Billy and Susan were out and they could hear the rain pattering and on the roof. And it was getting louder and louder and the wind blowing. And Billy said, "Oh my goodness, it's going to storm and we need to get inside and Grandma's house is up ahead." And they're running, trying to get inside. And they open the door and there's Grandma and her face is all lit up. And they can smell chocolate chip cookies. And they go inside and she's got a roaring fire. Flame is crackling. And they're sitting next to the fire and they're all snuggly. And their dog, Punky, is there and just tapping its tail because it's so happy to see them. And they just feel all this love. And so that's like a sound story. But
Wow.
the point is, think of what makes you happy and shifting and the sounds of that. And just have fun making sounds, of what you see. And then you're hearing and you're going there as soul, as spirit, beyond this realm here. And suddenly you're not feeling, I feel better right now. I feel like, oh, my grandma in a fire, chocolate chip cookies. That says chocolate chip cookies sound good right now.
I know. I felt like I was right there and right next to the fire. And it does. I do. I just feel happier. I feel lighter. I actually felt like a little fluttering in my belly. So for me, that's always like joy or excitement or delight. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And Anna said, before you went into your sound story, she said, beach, my husband, and pets. So Anna, I would be curious to see how your sound story might sound or present. But wow, that's incredible. And it's so fun and simple and imaginative and playful and quick. Yeah.
And we feel better. We all.
Yeah. Beautiful. So for those who want to learn more about you and connect with you and learn more about your work, what's the best way for them to
just put that in? There's the Wellness Universe profile page there and my website there, and they can reach out to me and I'm here for you. You're not alone if you're having a funky time. There's a lot going on in this world and we can just play with the creative arts together and express and get those feelings out. As you said, feel, reveal, and heal.
Beautiful. Jean, thank you so much for sharing time and space and energy with us today and a beautiful sound story. We love that. And thanks to everyone joining us live and those who are watching the replay. We'd love to see you for our next show on Wednesday, July 23rd at 3 p.m. Eastern with Carrie Benson for our show on The Mirror Within. Until then, be well, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.